Hi everyone, today we're doing Boiler CTF on TryHackMe. This is a medium rated room and this was the first one I've done. It's a pretty easy room to start off with for a medium room. So let's just start off with the enumeration by looking at our scans. So I started off with Rust scan, which I done for the first time, and it's way quicker than Nmap. You can see we have 4 ports open. It's a lot quicker than Nmap, especially to find just basic ports. But we can see we have 4 ports open here, and I did another scan on these 4 ports specifically on Nmap. So you can see I've used -A to specify the address, and I've done them into more detail in Nmap with service version and with the ports here. You can see and my IP address, well their IP address of the attacking machine. But you can see we have FTP open with anonymous. I'm pretty sure this is. Yeah, because it is FTP anonymous because I've done this before, and if you just log into it, yeah, you can see here FTP anonymous. And we can see we have robust.txt disallowed entry, and we can see we have another SSH open on a port that it's normally not on, and we have another server open on port 1000, I think. Not 10,000, but let's start off with FTP first of all. So let's just do FTP anonymous. Let's put the IP address in. So I'm gonna grab this from here and put it in, and we'll just type in anonymous. Yes, I can spell. So let's do ls-la. One thing that I will say, this room has a lot of rabbit holes, as it took me a little bit to figure out where I needed to go. As actually, we need to do get, since this is, yeah, now it's going to be downloading it. We need to do get to get it to download it to our local machine. So let's just exit out of FTP and let's do ls and let's cat. So where was that again? I've downloaded that. Yeah, I wasn't downloaded directly, so if I do ls again, it should hopefully be there. Actually, it'll be hidden, so we need to do ls.la. So we need to cut this out. So let's cut info.text. You can tell that it's hidden because there's a little dot here, which makes things a bit annoying. And we can see we have some encoded strings. So one thing we could do if we don't know, like the cipher, as we don't know if it's base 64 or anything else. It's probably not base 64, but we can just go cipher finder. As you can see, I can't spell at all, so let's just put cipher finder in. So let's go to the first result, decode. So let's click that, and it should take us to the page. And once it does, we'll be able to enter our code, and it will show us what type of cipher it is. Let's do analyze, and it should appear right here. I'm pretty sure it's ROT. Yes, it's right here. So let's just click on ROT, and we'll repaste this back in, and it should hopefully give us some information. But I can tell you right now, it won't give you anything useful at all. It's just going to be a bit of a rabbit hole. You can see here it says, just wanted to see if you can find it. Lol. Remember, enumeration is key. So we've done that. So let's go back here. What is the extension after logging in as anon? So it'll be .txt. Well, just txt. And you can see what is running on the highest part. It'll be SSH. And what will be running on port 1000? I'm pretty sure it's web admin, but I can show you all. So if you go here, we'll be able to see, I think it's web admin, or I might be wrong, or server, min server. Actually, no, it's web min here. So let's just copy this and put this here. And that's one done. And it says, can you export the service running on this port? I can tell you all, I've tried to enumerate this and I could not get anywhere. So we're going to put nay for no. So now we're going to have to do some enumeration on our port that we can see. So let me get the IP address again, and let's open this up and put in 80, and we can see here it's just a basic page. Let's also run a dir search scan as well, as dir search is a really good tool. I would say it's better than GoBuster. So you don't need a word list for dir search. So let's just put in the IP and it will just run. We'll just let this run in the background, as this will just search for everything. It's really good as it will just search for all the extensions, unlike GoBuster where you need to manually put them in. So let's go back here and we can see it says robots.txt. So let's get this, Control Shift C, I think. Yeah, I'll need to highlight this again. So let's Control Shift C and let's go back into the web page and let's control it, paste it back in. And let's change the for and put a slash here. And we should see some hidden directories. So We can see here there's some more code here. We could go back to Cipher Identifier just to go around a bit more of a rabbit hole. So let's go back onto the website that we were just on. And let's just open it up. We can also see that we have some other directories as well, if my computer will chug along. So if you click here, we can see we have some more like temp. I'll close this window as well. So we can see we have a temp and a .ssh. And we can see it says a rabbit here, a rabbit hole. So I can tell you first of all, these are all just a bunch of rabbit holes just to waste your time. But I'll show you the decoded string as well. Pausing, but like my machine was like slowing down really badly because of the DERSET scan. I normally just let my machine just run, and I normally just don't do any enumeration while it's scanning. But since it's a video, I have to like record and enumerate as well. So I just wanted to apologize for my computer being a bit slow. So we let this, do its scanning and stuff just to figure out what it is, and we'll just let it do its thing. One thing I want to return to is my scan. I had to change over to common.txt as the other scan that I was doing was taking way too much memory of my virtual box. But you can do it with the default, word list with dir search. But I had to switch over to common.txt as I want to show you this is the directory. This is because when I did it originally, I just let it run completely. But I just want to keep things a bit short by showing you this is the directory we need to find out, as there'll be other directories and the majority of them will just be rabbit holes, which isn't fun to go through, as I've done this room and there's loads of rabbit holes. So we'll let this do its thing and we'll return here, and we can see it says ASCII code. And if we click here for ASCII code, we'll need to put this in again. So let's go to ASCII code converter and let's just put this in. Let's convert it, and it should give us something. Actually, never mind, it doesn't give us anything. There is a problem. Actually, it's probably because my machine's just doing a lot of things. But this would work, and it would show you some more. It would probably say something like this is a rabbit hole as well, as there'll be a lot of base 64 in this machine, and the majority of it is just going through a rabbit hole. So we're on the Zoopla website. We could try for some. We could open the burp suite and just see if there's any, SQL injections or anything. See if we can mess around with it. But I can tell you right now that we can't really use it, because you can see here I've tried to do some SQL injection by just messing around with the login box, but you can't really do anything like that. So one thing we can do now is just do some more enumeration, because it does say enumeration is key for this box, so that is a good thing to keep an eye out of. And if we go to big.text, as that's the word list that I've used, but I've also was able to do it with the base, word list from GoBuster, from dir search. You can use GoBuster as well for this, but I prefer using dir search because their basic word list is really good. It's big.text. I'm just using big.text because it's a lot quicker than using their basic word list from dir search, as this contains a specific word that we need to keep an eye out for. So we could open up, one of the things I did when I started is I opened up Nmap and tried to have a look around and figure out if I could mess around with the login form or steal some cookies, but I couldn't. So we'll start answering these questions here. So what CMS can you access? We can access this one here. I think it's Joomla or whatever. Let's just put this in, and this should be this one ticked off, and we'll take off this one as well since we're enumerating as well. So we'll click this as done, and we'll just let this dir search run. This will take a while, this won't be quick at all. Just be patient and just let it do it. Actually, this is gonna take a while because I did do something pretty stupid. I didn't put the full word list in. So one thing we need to do is put this in quickly. Let's put in this word, and it should work now. So we let this run now again, and it should be done soon. So guys, we've done some scanning, and I want to point out some directories here. You can see that there's a lot of directories for this website, and I did say that there's going to be a lot of rabbit holes in this website, and I'll show you an example. Nope, nothing to see. pretty much this is all just going to be a bunch, like a massive rabbit hole until you get to this file here called _test. Even administrator, which looks like it contains something good, and even database. They're all just a bunch of rabbit holes, which will just take you for ages to figure out. So we're just going to put in test here, and it should take us to the right location. Because I was only able to figure this out by going through literally every single location and just taking my time. We can see we have something here. We can click on new just to have a look, and we can see we can upload something. So one of the things that I did to begin with, I tried to upload a reverse shell. As when you normally see a file upload, it's always good to see if you can create a reverse shell, maybe just sneakily get into the system. But for this, I wasn't really able to. And one thing that we could have a look at is this here. We can see this is a big giveaway, star.html, and we can see we can download the following tool, like data from servers, and we can see this is what it's running in the background, this file here. So if you click download, we'll be able to get the source code of what this thing is. We can see it's a tar file, and if you just open it, we don't even need to extract it. We can just see here. We can see the version as well, which is very, very important, as we have the version of an exploit. So one thing I did, I was just trying to create a reverse shell that would not work at all. I was just banging my head against the wall. But if I zoom in to make it clearer, you can see here, we can keep seeing this is appearing over and over again, which is a massive hint. And we can see here, you can run this here to just run it, which shows that this is running in the background at least. So let's go to exploit.db, which is always a good place to find exploits. Exploit.db, and let's just put in, what name is it? zar.html to I think it's HTML, and I think the version was that here. But if we go here, we can see that is the version, so that is the correct version. So let's put a dot here. Let's put that here, and if you press enter, we should get a exploit. This is the first one I clicked. You can just put exploit, well, this and this, and this should come up, or a GitHub repository should come up for this exploit. It's pretty much just something basic here. So if we go back here, we can see index.php. So we just get index, and we can put our command here, and it will execute, which is good. So let's just show you an example. We can see this here, index.php plot mini question mark, and you can put command here. So let's go back here, and let's just put in this on ls. This is what we have. So if we do a list, we can see we get something here called log.txt. What this is I think it's cross-site scripting. I'm pretty sure this is. Actually, I think it's local file inclusion, as you can read files of the server. My apologies. I'm pretty sure this exploit is local file inclusion. So if we do log.txt and we press enter, this should tick off. So we're on the home stretch now, and we can see there is another user password stored, no extension, just a name. So let's just have a look. Let's just cut this out first of all. Cat log.txt. Actually, I think I spelled that wrong. Never mind. Dot. Just enter that. And if you have a look here, we can see a user's password, super duper pass. So we can see we have a user name and a password. So can we have it here? Yes, we can. So I'm pretty sure it's here somewhere. Super duper. It's not nice at all. Super duper pass. So we get a password for a user. Called, well, not a very nice word. So let's just. So we could SSH into this user here. So what is the user password stored in the extension? Just a name. So one thing we can do is you can just try to do SSH first of all, as this does seem like a good way to get into the system. I'm just going to close this as we don't need that. If we do SSH and we put in the user's name, I think it's here somewhere. username. I'll just save this first of all. I'm just gonna put this here to save it. So if we just grab this user's name here and just put in that user's name, and let's just put in the IP address again for this system, and we'll put in the password to see if it works. And one thing I want to remember is that SSH is on a different port, so I can't remember the actual syntax for this. So if I just do help, it may show me. So port, we'll need to do P for port. So we want to put the IP address, and we want to put port. What was the port again? Let's have a look. This is why enumeration is very important to document. Let's copy this and put it into this thing here. And we should hopefully have yes, we have a connection. So we need to put the password in. We have it saved here, so let's just copy that. Let's see, we are into the system, so let's do ls-la. And we get backup.sh. So let's cat backup.sh, paste that in, and we just get something here, remote target source. So this is something of interest, and we get another user here, another user's password, stoner user, and it says something here, where was the other user's password stored. So if you do backup.sh, actually I think it's just backup because they don't want a file extension, so if you just put backup here, it should go through, and it does. So we're gonna keep this user's password somewhere semi documented or something at least, so we can get rid of this user's password. I don't think we need it, or I'll just put it here for root because I can't really remember. So if we do sudo, actually we need to do switch user super duper, no one knows, there's no password entry. Actually that's, never mind, the actual password. So let's put this in here, the username stoner. Let's switch user to that. And one of the next things we should do is stabilize the shell as well, as that'd be a good thing to do. And we're in. And we don't even need to stabilize the shell, which is good. They just stabilize it for us, so that leaves one step out for us. So if we do cd stoner, and we'll see what they're in their directory. We do ls.la, and we get something here called secret. So if we do cat secret, so it says you made it here, well done, cool. So we've done that. So we got users.txt done. So now we've done that, we could just do some manual enumeration. We could just do cat etc cron tab, and we can see there's nothing running. We could do id, see if we can do any. We could read log files, which is something we could have a look into. But I will tell you that I have already tried to have a look at their log files and I couldn't find anything. As if you're in the admin group, you can normally just do cd var log. Yeah, cd var logs. As admin users can read authentication logs, which is very interesting in some CTFs. You can just do cat off logs, like here, and we could just do grep I-a password. I think is to make it case insensitive, the word password, and A is just to read binary files, as some auth logs may be like seen as binary or something. And we can see here password change for the user. That is not their password, I can tell you that much. And so we could do some more manual enumeration, or we could do something a bit more lazy and just use limpys, which can speed some things up. We're in the temp logs, as normally anything in temp logs get deleted. So if you're doing an actual like attacking an actual room ethically, temp logs will just, well, anything in temp will just get deleted, and all users can write in temp, which is something that I want to make clear. So on our home machine, I'll just cd to the root, and we can do cd user share. I think it's where user share peas is where I installed limpys for me. If you don't have limpys, I want to show you how to do it quickly. You can just do sudo apt install peas. Yeah, I think that's how you installed it for Kali. If you don't have limpys installed, just do that. It's really easy to command. Or just go on Google and just type in Kali Linux how to install limpys. I think that is the commando, so I just want to make that clear just in case you don't have it. So we're in limpys, and if I do ls, you can see we have limpys here. And if we do actually we need to do our tracking machine, so we need to do Python 3 -m so we can create a HTTP server, and we can see it's on port 8000. Now let's go to our tracking machine and use await. Actually, let's do which await. I don't think we have await in the stream if I can remember, so we may need to use curl, I think. So if we do 1021, I'm getting this IP address from up here. As you can see, this is my OpenVPN IP address. So I'm going to put in 80. And we're going to put .8. Well, you can see here there's little weird symbols. 8000 for the port. I'm going to snuggle limps.sh -or we're going to save it as the file limps.sh. And I think we've got it. Yeah, we got limps.sh. Yeah, we can see it here. It's been pulled through. So we can use change mod. If I can spell. Change mod plus x limps.sh. Now let's just do limps.sh and run this thing. And we'll let this run for a bit. And once I find something, we will be back. So guys, I've finished running the limps scan. It's just finished just now. So let's just keep scrolling up. We can see something here, something about a log file as well, which I think is the one that we just saw earlier on, I think. So if we just keep scrolling up, we should hopefully see something interesting. So let's just keep scrolling up and up and up. We should see something. This is just something that we could have a look at, but if we keep going up to SUIDs, let's just keep scrolling, and we can see here something here. If you can see something highlighted like this is something we can definitely exploit. And we can see an SUID which can help us get root. So let's just copy this here. Just copy this. Control-Shift-C, and let's go back. And let's get rid of this password. Actually, we might need a password. So let's just put it here. Let's just put find. And I think that's the SUID we need. Actually, what did you need to do? Actually, let's put find without this. Yes, and that worked. So now let's go to GTFO bins. And let's just put --find or whatever to find the SUID, as we can run this as root, which is very nice. Let's just do find SUID. We're in GTFO bins, so ours will be in here. So we just want to modify this slightly, I'm pretty sure. So let's put user bin find, and let's just put all this here. So let's just see if we get a root shell, and we get root, which is good. We can still see it says that we're stoner, but I want to show you this. Do who am I? We are root. Let's just do ls cd root first of all. So we're in root directory. We can see we have root.txt. So let's do cat root.txt. Let's cut this out and see what we got. And it says it wasn't hard, was it? It wasn't a hard room, I'd say. It's more a headache with all the rabbit holes. So let's just put this in and end this room once and for all. And that's just how we do the room.